Hello everybody. Sorry, I've got me country and western. Still got the music going. Yeah! Yeehaw everybody, welcome to Craft Your Stash. I'm loving the new show and I'm loving the new music. My name is Ben Moseby, thank you for joining us. These shows you guys have absolutely loved over the course of the last week, all about bringing you information, education and inspiration when it comes to all of the goodies that you've potentially already got in your craft room. We've featured loads of different crafty disciplines over the course of this week. Today we have a look at something which I know you've probably got. It is a topic for the show. How many have you got? Come on, let us know. How many? Guesstimate. Paper pads. Crafting your stash with your paper pads. How many have you got? Who's got the most? Let us know in the comments. But over the course of this show, we've got loads of hints, tips and ideas for you of things that you can be doing with the hundreds, thousands of paper pads that you've got in your craft room. Plus, if you go to the website as well, you'll be able to pick up some amazing deals on paper pads, cardstock, inserts and even decoupage elements as well. It's all there for you. A little bit different this week, of course, because of the fact that we are rejigging, making better our UK warehouse. So for those of you here in the UK, slight delay on the dispatching of items. From Monday, those will start coming out to you. If you're in the US, you can continue to shop. It's the orange stickered items that you guys are looking out for. And today, free shipping for you as well. So if you're spending over $99, we will give you free shipping too. Best thing if you are shopping on the US website is just to hit the Stars and Stripes page. You'll see all of the deals that we've got coming up later on that big show this evening from 5, that is midday Eastern, that is 9 a.m. Pacific. The VIP hour is the first hour, and then 2 hours to follow that with some amazing deals for you. But it's all of the orange stickered items that you guys are shopping for. If you want other items that aren't orange stickered, you're going to need to put those in a separate basket, but I think you guys have got the hang of that by now. As I said, I will be showing you through a few paper pads as we go, but more than that, we need to be getting some ideas for you so you can craft your stash. If you have any questions, if there's anything particular that you want to know about, and any ideas, anything at all when it comes to your paper pads and your cardstock, get in touch whether you're watching on Facebook or indeed on YouTube, and we will do our very best to answer those questions throughout the hour. Now, if you're watching earlier on Wake Up Call, you will know that this is a 1 hour show, that is all. It's a 1 hour extravaganza, and Debbie has said she is going to get through a huge amount of demos for you. I think she said, was it 11?
No. I'm going to try and get through as much as I can.
Yeah.
You all know I love paper and I love our paper pads. I shout it from the rooftop every time we bring a new one out. I've been a big collector for a long time, so I'm going to show you some different ideas, but nice ideas to use with them. Don't just sit there. You'll hear us talk about you buy one to use, you buy one to sniff and stroke. None of that today. We're going to use what you have in your stash. I've got a few little things here I'm going to show you. We're going to make some paper flowers. We're going to do some little gift bags. We're going to do some lovely little cards using your scraps. We're going to make an envelope to go in that beautiful card there as well, and much more if I can cram it in, because we've only got an hour. And we're going to start with the flowers, because I love making lots of different things with the things that we have in our stash, and I joke about it a lot that I don't use them as much as I should. But we are today, because we are going to get those things out, whether it's a 6x6, an 8x8, a 12x12. We are going to get them all out and we're going to use them. It's almost like a little bit of a mini craft along. That's how I look at these little shows. They're like a little bit of a mini craft along that you're going to craft along with us. Get your paper pads out. Come along and join us, because we've got loads to show you.
It's a masterclass meets craft along kind of show. So yes, we're going to give you inspiration, but yes, if you've got paper pads, get one of your millions of paper pads out and join Debbie over the course of the next 55 minutes or so. For those of you already saying, Christine Mahoney saying, hello, why is this only an hour with sweet Debbie and Ben? It's because we've got the 3 hour show later with Sarah, so we've had to curtail this one so we can get ready for that show at 5 o'clock. So that's the reason why. A few other hellos already coming in. We've got Grace on the socials for this hour. Alicia says good morning and greetings from Arkansas. Let the Arkansas begin. I like what you did there. I love that. Linda joins us saying ready to learn. Good vibes. Lois says good morning everyone from Ohio. Lynn's in, the hashtag Go Live Granny. She says, good morning from a sunny Isle of Wight. And Chris Mitchell says, good morning from Connecticut. Been on hiatus for a while, but I'm back and excited to learn. Good to have you back, Chris. And Samantha Lung says, morning from a smoky NYC. Forecast says NYC has the worst air quality in the world. Yes, I read that and saw that on the news this morning. Love to you all, guys. Good news is that yesterday we are in the highly hazardous to now just very unhealthy this morning, but at least it's going down. Linda Borched says, hello again. Listen, great to have you all with us. Keep the hellos coming in. Hello, Mary Beth Doyle in Minnesota. Let's get going. Anything you want to ask us, fire those questions in. And in between all of the demos with Debbie, we'll show you some cardstock, we'll show you some papers, and we'll answer your questions as well. But, Debbie,
yes.
You are waving your Say It With Flowers pad at me.
I am, yes, because I'm using things in my own stash. This is not what I've borrowed from Tracy, John or Julia. It's things that are in my own stash that I've brought in with me. You can take any paper pad. I'm using a double-sided paper pad only because these flowers have got a beautiful inside as well as an outside on show. So a double-sided one is going to work perfectly with these. I'm going to show you a 6x6 one. So if you've got a 12x12, you can actually get 4 sheets of 6x6 out of one. If you've got a 6x6 paper pad, you could use your 6x6 paper pads as well. It's entirely up to you. But I'm just going to show you how I do this. And the reason I do the 12x12 is because I want 4, well, these particular style of flowers, and I think they're called something like a kushidami or something like that.
What?
I can't remember the name. It's like an origami flower.
Yeah, I'll find it.
All over the internet. Our Sarah did a post on these, absolutely went viral. People loved them. So she asked me personally, Debbie, would you show them how to make them step by step? It was in a reel that she did them in. She wanted me to show you, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to show you how to create one of the petals. Depending on the size of the flower, I've created a 6 petal. You can do these in your 5s, 6s. I probably wouldn't go any more than that, but you can, of course, depending on the size, because these are not limited just to 6x6. This particular style is a 4x4, so it's just that tad smaller. But I'm going to show you how to create this. Now, first of all, I'll do it this side so it's a little bit easier to see. And I'm going to just simply start by folding this over. So you can see I've taken a 6x6 square, and I'm just going to fold that over.
Kusadama.
Thank you. I knew it was something along those lines, Ben. I really did know it was something along those lines. So that creates that lovely little diamond shape. And then we're going to take this bottom piece here. So you've got like this, and I'll show you again. It starts as your square. I've just moved it to the diamond so I can physically see it, like a diamond shape, folding it in half up to the very top. Yeah. You don't need anything other than maybe your strong nails or a good old bone folder.
Yay.
The good old bone folder will do the job as well. So you're going to take this bottom right hand corner and we're going to take it up to that top point. So literally again, now you can use scoreboards if you want, Ben, but really you don't really need one, to be honest. And you can, like I said, you can do this with any style square. So if you wanted to do it with a 4x4, you could measure it to 4x4. If you want to go smaller, you can go smaller. But just a bit careful, because when you see all the folds in place, you're going to understand why you don't want to go too small. But you can go larger, so you could do an 8x8 if you wanted to do as well. Now, that one has gone folded up to that very top corner. We're going to do exactly the same. So the left-hand corner, and this is when you're just going to manipulate that paper into that top point, and I'll just show you again there so you can see that that piece now becomes flattened again. We're just going to take our paper, our bone folder, and we're going to pop those score lines in. So if I just show you now, that goes up to that centre. We're then going to bring this down and we're going to line it up. So I'm going to turn it and I'm going to line it up so that it folds flat. So it's going to go flat along that side of the cardstock or the paper. So if I just show you for a second so you can see it, that's where we went with. We've then taken that piece and gone flat to that straight edge. And then we're going to pop that score line back into place. And then you're going to repeat with the other side as well. So if I just hold that up for a second so you can kind of see where that shape's going. We're going to take that, again, you're going to fold it to that corner, that straight edge, and just fold that down. Manipulate your cardstock or your paper. Paper works better, I'm not going to lie. Cardstock can get a little bit too thick. So I personally prefer a paper. Now you can see the shape that we've gone to. What we're then going to do is we're going to get into this and we're going to flatten it out. So I'm going to just put my finger in there for a second and I'm going to flatten that into that. Almost looks like a little kite. If I just show you, right there, we're going to flatten that out and just pop those score lines back into place on that side. So if again, taking this piece, we're going to pop your finger inside and flatten it into shape. So it's just manipulating your paper again. And we're going to pop those reinforced score lines. So now we ended up with this kind of shape. You can see that coming together really beautifully.
Yeah.
We're going to turn our flaps inwards. So we're going to take these and you're going to take that into that fold line again. So it's like straight across. And the same with this side. So if I just bring it this way, I'm going to pop that across there. So now, and if I turn it back round to that shape, you can see we've got these flaps turned inwards. And then the bit that you flattened out, you're going to bring back in on itself. So you're going to cover that up.
Yeah.
Okay. I am just popping, again, reinforced score lines in. So I'm folding it back in on itself. And we're going to come in. And so you end up with this little shape. And if I just bring this in, just to show you, you've got this double-sided flap here. These now folded over. What we're going to do is just manipulate it, because we're going to curl that around. And we're going to use a hot glue gun bit for this, Ben. So, or tape, you can use like a red line tape if you want to. But I'm just going to put some hot glue gun or some tacky glue. If you're going to use tacky glue, you'll need a paper clip to hold it into place until it's set.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm using a hot glue gun. And we had these on earlier, the hot glue guns.
Platinum tenner deals.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to pop a little bit of hot glue just into there. And I'm just going to bring that and manipulate it around and hold that into place. So I've literally just taken that glue. I'm going to hold it. It only takes a couple of seconds really to grab hold of and set. That's the beauty of a hot glue gun. And then I'm going to just now fan that out and squeeze. So you take your fingers and just squeeze that into shape. So you've created one of those petals. It's that easy, Ben. That is how you create that petal. Now that's one. You need multiples.
Yeah.
So did you... I can see your face. You look puzzled.
No, I was just wondering whether you're going to do another one.
Straight. Do you want me to make another one? Just to repeat that?
It's up to you.
I'll show you.
I just want to see one more.
One more.
Yeah.
Let's take that again, that square piece.
How many are you going to make the flower? 5 or 6?
Well, I make 6.
6.
I do 6. I know Sarah likes to do 5.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just going to show you. We're simply taking it up. And I'm going to try and keep it all in that one area so it makes that a little bit easier so you can see. I just move my cardstock and paper just to get it a little bit easier for myself to manoeuvre. But I'll try and do it where you can see how easy it is to create one of these petals. Like I said, fingers, bond folders, whatever it is that you want to do, but it's very, very easy to achieve this petal with your papers. And the sizing is down to you. So I've used 6 by 6, but you can absolutely use any size square to create this. And again, look at him, I can hear him in galleries. Dean saying he wishes he could have tried this in there.
I mean, I could have followed you over here, but well, you said you can do it with big. I should have done it with 12 by 12.
You can do it with any. You can. Do you know if you wanted a really big flat? Oh my God,
that'd be huge, wouldn't it?
You could. That'd be huge. It would be absolutely huge. But yeah, absolutely you can. There's nothing to stop you from doing that. And then again, I'm just going to fold them back in on themselves. I'm going to put my reinforced score lines back into place. It is such a simple, easy technique to do. And again, I've just created that just by following those very simple folds. I'm not going to lie to you, Ben. Get yourself a hot glue gun if you haven't got one. This will make this job super, super quick, super, super easy. And literally a doddle. A doddle to create. Hold it into place, literally, hold that into place, and then pop that down. Now, we have, joking aside, we sell these every day of the week. But they're on a great deal today.
Platinum tenner deal today.
Exactly, a great deal, but it's absolutely a must-have when you're making these. So I've now created 2, and you can start to see, this is when you're going to create a few more. How many have I got there now? I've probably got loads. Look at me, blueprint style. I've taken a straw because I'm going to display my flowers.
Right.
You don't have to. You can create some really beautiful home decor pieces, and I'll show you in a second what I mean by that. But what we're going to do is we're going to stick all these together. So first things first, again, hot glue gun. I'm just going to pop a bit of a hot glue.
Is that the only way forward to stick these to the
For me personally, it just makes it a little bit easier. And I'm just going to squeeze those 2 together, just again to get that adherent. So I'm just going to show you. Just pop that together like so. Let that set. And if you need to add a bit more, absolutely add a little bit more. If you're going to use a wet glue that's not instant, you need to literally get some paper clips and just stick them together until it's set. So you'd pop your paper clips in there, leave it for however long, and then you're good to go. Which is why, for me personally, get one of those glue guns.
Yeah.
They just make, honestly, we talk about different glues for different jobs all the time here at Crafters TV. This is when your glue gun comes into its own. It really does, because it makes this ever such an easy job. So again, I'm just going to line that up, and again, I'm just going to squeeze it a little bit together just so I can get that stuck down. And you can see now where it's starting to take shape. So I've got 3 petals coming in there, and again, you can start to see how that is now forming. Beautiful. Now, you can either do, to say 4 is a bit too, you need 5 minimum, and then you can go a little bit bigger. Take your straw, and I'm going to put my straw just into that centre at this point now, so I'm going to pop some glue just into that centre. And again, it's just to add the straw into there, and it gives it some form of a shape as well, and especially if you are wanting to create some home decor pieces. Now, I know that these flowers, they've been going for years, this kind of origami style flower.
Kusadama.
A kusadama. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Kusadama.
Well, I don't know, it's what kusadama.
But you can start to see how that takes shape. So I'm just going to carry on gluing all of these pieces together, a little bit of glue just onto there and onto the straw as well, because what I want to do is create that lovely full petal effect. Yeah. And again, I'm just going to squeeze that till it's set.
It's one of those things again, isn't it? Once you break it down, it's
so
actually
easy.
Very achievable.
Exactly, very, very achievable. Having the right tools helps, but having your crafty stash of papers, don't just be using your papers just for mats and layers. I said this earlier on, it doesn't necessarily have to be just for matting and layering, which is what I tend, I'm not going to lie, it's what I tend to do. I tend to do it myself, mats and layers and my pretty cards and my collections.
Question?
Yeah.
For me, do you need a certain weight of paper? I mean, I'm thinking, could you make these with vellum, for example?
Vellum are beautiful. Vellum, absolutely. So if you've got your vellum paper pads, use those as well. Now, that's the minimum. If you're going to do the minimum, you're just going to pull those 2 together and stick those 2 sides down. Me, personally, I like 6. So I'm going to add an extra 1 onto there. I know Sarah, she's done them in the 5s before, but I personally like a 6-sided petal together. So you can start to see now, and again I'm just going to squeeze it because I need that glue to really stick, so I'm just going to hold it, literally pop that down, and then again, do you know what, to be fair, I could actually put another one in there. Oh, I could make, could I make a nice big one? Shall I make a big one?
Why not?
Let's go big. What did Dean just say in my ear?
Dean, our new producer, he's in the chair for his first show. He's just said, can I take that home for my girlfriend tonight? He's just said. As long as you don't pretend you made it, Dean.
Here, look what I've been doing in my new job. Here, look what I've been doing. Look what they've taught me. Do you know what, though, Dean? Could you not make this now? You've seen this.
You could.
Yeah, of course you could. Of course you could.
I think if you sat alongside Debbie, and we all sat alongside Debbie, we could do it together, couldn't we? And just repeat the steps. I think once you've made 1 or 2 of them, you get the hang of it.
But look, I've now created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've gone with 7 this time.
Wow.
7 with me thing. Now I want to cover the straw up because I don't like that straw on its own. So I'm going to pop a little bit of glue into the middle. Yep. And I'm going to add one of my big gems.
Do you know what Rhonda's just said about the middle?
What did she say?
She said you could add stamens into the straw.
Oh,
what an idea that is.
Rhonda, absolutely. What a cracking idea. Now that is a 7-sided petal. That's a 6-sided petal. That's a 4x4 sheet, so you can make these as big or as small as you want. You can add 5 minimum, but 6 or 7 to create these gorgeous, beautiful flowers. And if you are doing home decor pieces, this is when you can start to then add, you can start sticking those in between each other and creating some really beautiful home decor pieces. Lots of tuition online how to do these. I've just shown you a very, very quick way. Make sure you've got the right tools. You've got those paper pads already in your stash. Get yourself a hot glue gun and you're good to go, because honestly they are so easy to make. They're absolutely fabulous. And in the middle of your, in your cafes. I've seen these in cafes. We used to have them up here when in the cafe, where you could pop them into vases. They could be beautiful
live forever.
pieces. Live forever. Don't have to water them. Don't have to look after them. You've got yourself a really lovely floral, done and dusted in a matter of minutes, because that's all it takes to create these beautiful, using things that you have in your stash already.
That's it. Love the flowers. They're a really good way to use some of your paper pads that aren't so special to you, says Rhonda. Melanie says, I'm going to try this later. Beautiful, says Lois. This is so cool, says Laurie Barnett. And Ben and Debbie are my favourite crafty couple, says Alicia. Thank you. The show should be called The Crafty Couple, starring Ben and Debbie. Lol. I quite like that. Do you know what? No word of a lie as well. I always enjoy when we do these like paper folding shows, because I don't know if anyone else had to do this at school, but for 2 years in a row we had these public speaking exams where you had to basically come up with a topic to talk about for 10 minutes with like visual aids. And the first year I did it on the university boat race. I don't know why. But the second year I did it on origami.
Oh,
I did it on origami. Yeah, it's a bit of a contrast, isn't it? But I can't remember anything about it now, but I remember doing all this stuff about the history of origami and all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the presentation, I made an origami swan. I always remember that. Yeah. That is what that. Oh yes, the origami swan and the boat race is related. Yeah, that is no joke. That is something that I actually did. So maybe my origami skills from all those years ago will come in handy when I attempt one of those flyers. But hopefully you can see it's easy to do, but very, very impressive. We've got lots and lots of paper pads for you available on the website right now. If you want to check these out, we've just brought a few different ones for you to show. Ones that we think might work quite nicely with these Kusodama flowers. The Once Upon a Time I think would work absolutely beautifully. I mean, this is just a gorgeous paper pad anyway, isn't it? But you've got plenty of florals here. You know, a few sort of once upon a time scenes in there. But I mean, papers like this and the reverse side as well, I think will make absolutely gorgeous petals for your flowers if you're going to be making these. But once again, I think it's just a case of if you have potentially missed out on some of these beautiful paper pads, great opportunity to be able to pick these up. All double-sided, 36 sheets you're going to be getting in there, and you can pick that up on the web right now. That's the Once Upon a Time. And we also chatted actually that the Mediterranean Dreams will be another nice one to sort of kind of get crafting with. 12 different designs here, and again, double-sided, very different as you guys have seen previously. So this is the reverse of this. This side you've got all of those sort of almost like mosaic sort of tiled designs on, and then the other side you've got the fruitiness and the zestiness of all of your oranges and lemons in there. But again, just think how beautiful it would look with these patterns on. And again here, I think they would look absolutely gorgeous. But double-sided delights once again, 12 designs, 36 sheets in total. We have as well, because as we were chatting to Debbie then and she was popping those flowers together, we have got vellum available for you too. So from the Bohemian collection, we have got that vellum stack too. So if you decide that you want to try and make those flowers with vellum, then you've got the ability to be able to do that as well. Thanks for showing us these, says Emily Leadham. I've always wondered how they were made. Now you know. Rhonda says, I love origami folding. That's why I love the tea bag folding as well.
Yes.
Marianne Johnson says, I've got some of these flowers as a gift from my daughter-in-law, and they last forever, don't they? That's the thing. You have to water them. If you're somebody who gets flowers and they die within like 2 days, these are the flowers that you want because they live forever. Marianne just saying, I've got some of these flowers. Yep. Gareth says, hello, Debbie and Ben, all the teams. Big hello to everyone in the chat. And hi from Perth in Western Australia, says Julie Duffy. Late in tonight, but I love these flowers. Do you know, with all of the content that we've got on this show, all of these beautiful paper pads, we should have charged for this show, really, shouldn't we? We should have made it a pay-per-view.
Did you hear the groaning? There was some groaning.
I think that was laughter.
Dean laughed. I think it was Johnny in the background that I could hear a groan.
I think he went, oh no.
Oh no.
I've been waiting to do that one. Anyway, back over to Debbie. What have you got next?
Envelopes, because
yes.
this is something we make so many cards here at Crafters TV that we forget about the envelope side of things. Well, we have the perfect tools. You've got an enveloper that you could use. Craig had the Ultimate Pro on the other day. You can make envelopes and envelope boxes on there as well. I'm going to take a Summer Meadow paper pad this time. So this is one of our latest releases. Actually, if you caught the show this morning for the US, like the show later on, there was a buy one get one free paper pad with the 12 by 12s, and the Summer Meadow, I believe, was in there.
With the Floribunda.
Yes, so that's my own though, Ben, just so that everybody knows. That's mine, it's got my name up back. Came from my stash, not from your side
Hands
of
off.
things. Get your hands off. I've fetched my own enveloper as well.
Oh, look
as
at
you.
you.
And I've got my grid because, again, making envelopes. I'm going to make a card in a second with some scrap pieces. But absolutely, use these beautiful papers to make gorgeous envelopes or envelope boxes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a card that's 7.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to make the perfect envelope for it as well. So again, when you come into this, now if you have got your enveloper, you'll know that it comes with your centimetre side as well as your inches. I work in inches, so that's the one I go to. And then you've got your flat envelopes, and then your grids for your 1/2 inch depth, your 3/4 of an inch depth, your inch depth for your envelope boxes. I'm making a flat envelope, I'm going to the grid, and as always, when you follow it down, I'm making a 7.5 by 5.5, so I need a 10-inch piece of cardstock or paper to get myself going, and my 2 grid lines that I'm going to use on my enveloper are the H and the L.
Okay.
So straight away, I need to cut this 12 by 12 down to 10 inches. Get your guillotines out. And I'm just going to bring it, I'm using the large one for this one. I'm going to go up to that 10-inch mark. Hold that in to place and cut that down. Now this is when I said about using your scraps. Don't be throwing these scraps away.
No.
Don't be throwing away because we're going to make a card with them in a second. So I'm just going to move those to one side. That's my 10-inch by 10-inch. I'm going to bring my enveloper in. And now I know that I've got an H and an L that I need to use on my enveloper. I only need to use position 1. Don't forget you've got your different sizes there for your 1/2 inch, your 3/4 of an inch and your inch box, but I'm only using the position 1. Whenever you're making these, just remember that on position 1, whatever side you start with, so this is the H side, so I'm going to bring in my tool, I'm going to go to H, all the way down top to bottom, and this is the other side that you need to create. Not this one or this one, it's the H marking, turn it over the full way, so I've got my marking down there, and again the same one, position 1, down onto the H line. This is when now you can see you've got your, and I'll do it that way so you can see it a little bit easier. But honestly, double-sided papers to make your envelopes. You can start to see the envelope forming.
That's it.
So the bits that we're going to come in with now are still in position 1, but this time we're moving up to L. So again, I'm going to come into the L groove. There we go. L. And then again, all the way around, position 1 and L. Top to bottom. Could not be any easier. I don't have to work out a single measurement. The board itself has done that for me. So again, just now you can see that I've got the perfect envelope forming, and this is the flat envelope. But first things first, we need to do a little bit of trimming. So I've got my little scissors here. And we're going to trim away, and even in your booklet, Ben, in the booklet it tells you what to trim away if you're making your flat envelope and if you're making your envelope box as well. So again, I'm just going to trim away all of those. Get onto the fold, Debbie. There we go. And then a little bit of tape pen, red liner tape, wet glue, whatever it is that you want to use to create your perfect envelope. So I'm going to bring this in. Now I personally stick those in and pop that over the top. So I'm going to line just down here using my tape pen, bit of glue. Make sure you've got all your score lines nice and crisp. Makes a difference when you've got them nice and crisp in terms of your folding. And then again, a burnish. Lovely Dean. He's learning the lingo, isn't he? He's learning the lingo. We're burnishing.
Yeah, it's important to burnish.
Always burnishing. Popping that down now, and again, just go over all of that. Now this is the area what you can then trim off going across. I took my flap in. So I took that inwards on itself. I actually pop a little bit of glue as well onto there because I like it nice and neat. You can trim it off with your scissors, but honestly, why do you need to when you can just tuck that inside and you've got that lovely, perfectly formed, and I'm just going to trim because I've seen my little edge there, it's just that little bit. You can actually use, do you know your corner punchers? If you've got your corner punchers,
oh yes,
take your corner punch and round that off, or get your scissors and just round that off if you want to give it a nice little little feature. And there you've got your perfect flat envelope that is all ready for your card to go inside. But look how exquisite it looks with your double-sided papers. Do not just be using papers for matting and layering. Use them for things like this. Look at the quality. Look how beautiful that looks when it's done. It's absolutely incredible. Honestly, it's incredible. And that's just one of the ones. I did one in the Envela box in the inch, and I fetched that in just to show you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can go as big as you want. I say as big as you want, using 12 by 12, but that's for if you've got those that have got flowers on, or your foam flowering. We've got a Craft Your Stash foam flower special tomorrow with Corinne.
We have with Corinne,
but
yeah.
look at how beautiful they look when they are used to create Envela boxes as well as flat envelopes. That was one from me Frosty and Bright that I've used. That one's from the Summer Meadow. Now we need a card to go in there, Ben. So I'm just going to have a quick, and I did say we'll use the scraps. Shall we use the scraps?
Yeah.
Let's use those scraps and make ourselves a beautiful card base as well. So I've got my envelope ready. I'm going to now use the scraps in a second. But yeah, honestly, how easy is that to create beautiful, beautiful envelopes?
It is incredible.
It's so easy.
And this is the thing as well, why wouldn't you, when you've got all of these gorgeous papers, what a great show to show you that actually, yes, you're going to make beautiful cards, but then you can also make the beautiful bespoke envelopes to go along with them. And also, whilst I know that this show is all about the education, I just need to kind of let you know, and thank you to Grace for telling me, the Once Upon a Time that I showed you, and also the Mediterranean Dreams 12 by 12 pads, they've both sold out. Yes, Ray. I've just checked on the web. They're gone. So people are shopping whilst we are educating as well. So if you see something that you like, it might just be worth having a little bit of a look. Although we are here just to relax and calm down, ready for the big show later on. The pastel, the plaid pads, I thought we would show you as well, because these would be perfect also for making your envelopes with. I know it's nice to kind of have your double-sided papers, of course, for your envelopes, but these would be perfect as well. You know, if you want to use these to create that beautiful plaid design on the outside, you can. Wonderful, wonderful papers. You get 36 in these, single-sided sheets this time around, but I know you guys have absolutely loved these, and you get them in the blue, so you can buy that, the blue pastel, individual to the blush, which I think is my favourite, which is strange for me, because I love blues and greens. Blues and greens are my faves, but I really do love this colour that you're going to be getting within your blushes, because it's very summertimey, isn't it? I think it's very sort of the now. And lots of different colours which, I don't know, you might not always associate with that plaid design. I really like it. It's fresh, it's vibrant, and this is available for you on the web as well. Like I've said, this show really is all about giving you the ideas of what you can be doing with your paper stash. So we've seen envelopes, we've seen those Envela boxes being made as well. We're going to come back and see lots more with Debbie as well over the course of this show. But do just bear in mind that we have got plenty of beautiful paper pads for you on the show. I know we've got the gnomes, we've got that gorgeous luxury mirror card for you as well, and some inserts too, at amazing prices. So do just check the web. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. You guys are loving this show. I'm so happy to see the envelope making tool, says Julia Duffy. Thank you. I feel more confident to use mine, and that's the point. I think we said this yesterday. You know, whilst we are obviously here to bring you all of these amazing products, and you buy all these amazing products of us, we want you to go home, or to get these to your home and have the confidence and the knowledge to know what you're doing with them. So if these shows help, then absolutely brilliant. We are doing our job. Marianne says that envelope absolutely stunning, and thank you everyone enjoying the paper pun earlier on. You're welcome. I'm here all week. That's a lie, actually. I'm doing a half day tomorrow. Right, let's take a little break. We'll come back with some more demonstrations from Debbie in just a second. Quiet on the question front, which is absolutely fine, but if you do have a question, give us a little wave in the comments and we will answer that question for you. Don't be afraid, whatever the question might be, even if you think it's a silly one, there are no silly questions here. If you don't know the answer, let's get it answered for you. Fire them into us. We'll take a short break and we'll come back with Debbie with more inspiration in just a couple of minutes' time. Hello, Crafters. Got some really exciting news in the works here at Crafters Companion. So I've dug out my hard hat and I've popped down to our UK warehouse to give you the lowdown. Now, we do listen to you guys and we know that delivery times have been an issue for our crafty community, so we're doing something about it. The team is getting ready to set up a new and improved state-of-the-art system right here in our global distribution hub. This new picking and packing facility means we'll be able to process orders and ship them to you faster and more efficiently than ever before. This means less time waiting for parcels to arrive and more time getting stuck into your next creative project. While we get this new world-class service up and running, there'll be a few temporary changes. So here's what you need to know. Our UK warehouse will shut down for a week while the team sets up the new system. Don't worry, you can continue to shop as normal on the Crafters Companion website. You'll just wait a little longer for your orders to arrive. US crafters, listen up. We'll be able to send you guys some orders from our warehouse in California. These will be delivered as normal, so look out for this label on the site. If you're waiting for your parcel to arrive, don't worry, we'll keep you crafting. Join the Crafters TV team every day to find out how to make the most of your craft collection. With a different theme and tutorials every day, craft your stash with us to find fresh, creative inspiration in your paper pads, inks, and more. Right, that's enough from me now. I'm going to leave the guys here to get cracking. If you need any more info, head over to the Crafters Companion website and don't forget to tune in to Crafters TV. I'll see you there. Good this show, isn't it? Thank you for the comments coming through. Carol Keelan says, fabulous as ever, Debbie, with a 2 kisses and a little heart. Kim McHam says good morning, and Gail Moore says good morning all. Thank you everybody for all the lovely comments. We've just been commenting on how quickly this show's flown over. We've got about 25 minutes left, so let's crack on. I'll show you some more paper pads in just a second, but as I say, best thing to do, hit the web, get those deals whilst they're there, and of course shop the show later on as well, that Stars and Stripes show, which begins at a slightly earlier time of midday Eastern. But we've made the envelope. You've got some scraps, Debbie, and you're going to put them to good use.
Yeah, because we made an envelope from a 12 by 12 sheet using a 10 by 10 inch, so we've got some little bits left over. Well, don't throw those away, because I know what a lot of you do. I see the comments. We put them in bit boxes, we never use them, or we throw them in the bin. Do not throw anything in the bin, because you can make some lovely backgrounds with these as well. So I've just got my guillotine out, and I'm just literally going to cut some strips of paper. And it doesn't matter if they're a thick size, a thin size, an inch, an half inch, whatever inch you want it to be. Make them thick, make them thin, but use your scraps. So straight away, I've got 3 pieces, as you can see, out of that one. I am not wasting a single thing, Ben. I am not going to waste anything, because this I absolutely love to do, to create little backgrounds, and it's making the most of your 12 by 12 pads, or your 6 by 6 pads, or your 8 by 8 vellums, because it is just literally taking the little pieces that you were going to throw in the bin and create some strips, and then we're going to create a nice little background with it. I've got a piece of matte black cardstock. This actually measures, because I've got a card base here to fit my 7.5 by 5.5. Do you remember why the enveloper was created, where it all started with Sarah, the wooden board which started with the... It was to create envelopes that... Because normally it would be, you would fit your card to fit your envelope, but it was the other way around with Sarah. So literally, it's about making things match, making things work. You've got some of those tools, you've got the papers in your stash. Let's make things that work together and look beautiful together. So I've taken a piece of cardstock. Now this actually, my matte black piece of cardstock, Debbie can't even say that word, 4.5 by 6.5. I am literally going to take some of these pieces and I'm just going to add, and I'm going to use my glue just onto the back and take into literally scraps. Yeah. Using the scraps. And I say using the scraps. And you know, if you're using double-sided, how lovely would it look to have a little bit of a mix and match? In fact, like, you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do, Ben. Let's go in and do it a little bit different, because that's the beautiful thing. This is a scrap piece of cardstock, and I am literally just adding these on. We'll trim it all down in a second. Let me come in with another big piece, and we'll go with the other side as well. Let's pop a little bit of tape. You can use wet glue for this, but look how lovely it looks when you do both ways.
Yeah.
And it's literally just taking the scrap ends of your cardstock. I'm going to go and use a couple of little thin pieces as well, because I've got some more.
Definitely the way to do it, isn't it? Something like this, or even like if you've got strips like that, maybe a bit of like, you can do like your paper threading as well, can't you?
Yeah,
For your scraps.
yeah, absolutely. Let me take one of those thin pieces, because I feel like doing a thin piece now. So let's come in and pop a little bit down. Now I'm going to make the most of that one, so I'm going to pop that there and trim it off, because I've put my glue already on the other side. I'm going to come down this side, and this is all about using your scraps up. I think I'll pop another little thin one just onto there. But why not do this? Why do you have to throw away your scraps? Why not make the most of your beautiful paper pads? You've paid all them pennies out for them.
Use every last little bit.
Every single bit. Don't waste a single thing. Not a single thing. Now, I am just going to turn that over. I think I've got enough space to put another little one just on there as well. Let me just come round now. Got my scissors. Remember those scissors were on a great deal today as well?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, yep. We've covered all bases today.
We have. Are you
literally.
Are you still keeping those scraps as well?
I'm going to still keep these.
Yeah.
I won't throw a single thing away, Ben.
Okay.
If you know me, you know me well enough, Ben, I don't throw anything away. Not that I'm an hoarder, but I believe in making the most of your crafty stash.
You're what, an ogre?
An ogre.
Oh, hoarder.
You thought I said ogre?
I thought you said, not that I'm an ogre.
Ben, I thought we were friends.
No, we are. That's why I thought, why are you describing yourself as an ogre? You're the least ogre-y person I know.
Oh, love you. Love you. Oh, God, love you. No, hoarder.
Hoarder. Is that Barnsley accent coming through?
It is that Barnsley accent. I'm at it again, aren't I? But look what we've created already, and I've got that tiny little space there. I've got a little piece on here, so I'm going to bring this in. Oh, I'm not wasting a single thing.
That looks amazing.
And I've got all those other pieces that I can then use. And again, let me just come in and snip away. Yeah. So now I've created a beautiful background piece from waste of the envelope. And what is it doing? It's tying it all in. It's making your card match your envelope. If you make to sell, and I know there's a lot of people out there that do.
There are, yeah.
There's a lot of people. Let me just trim that off a little bit more, Ben. I can see, not that I'm a perfectionist, but I am.
But you can have a little bit.
Just that little bit hanging over just was starting to do me head in a little bit. However, it happens, doesn't it? Oh, look, I can see another bit.
I told you there was another bit.
This is what I'm like. I see little bits. You think you've got it, and then you see it. Thank goodness, Dean. Thank goodness he's telling me I'm not the only one. You see things when you're just about to lay it down. Thank goodness I've not stuck it down, because we all know how strong our tape pen is. Just popping that onto there, and then I've got myself another little, because I'm going to break it up a little bit more. So I'm going to create a little piece that's going on there, but I want to waste nothing left to waste, should I say, and I'm going to use another strip down there as well. Let's go in.
And isn't it a great way to create unique backgrounds as well, unique designs?
Yeah,
it's such
absolutely.
a clever way of using your scraps.
Absolutely. Use your scraps. Don't throw anything. Use those scraps. And then I'm going to now just attach that onto my card base. And this is just using, like I said, a little scrap piece of black, little scrap pieces of your paper that came from that envelope. And then literally now, well, you know me and my little sentiments.
It had to be with love.
It had to be with me love,
How many times have you used that over the last few weeks?
Oh my God, I use it all the time.
I know, it's a good one though, isn't it?
But we've now got a matching card to go in our envelope using little pieces. Professional card make to sell. I mean, you giving that as a premium. So you've got your envelope with your matching card, and again, how easy was that to put together? Super, super easy. I tell you, when you look at your paper stash, don't just think of it as mats and layers that go with your collections. Take it outside of that box and start to use them in different ways as well. From your envelopes to your envelope boxes to your paper flowers to your die cuts, because you can die cut with it. If you've got your punches, you know, people still have old flower punches and things like that. Take the strip, take the waste and do that. Absolutely do that. Take these and then do a little bit of paper weaving as well, because that's what you could do with your scraps as well. Lots of things that you can do with them. Don't throw a single thing. That's all I'm going to say. Don't throw a thing.
Can I put it out there as well? I know this is because later on there won't be a debate. Can we do a vote at the end of the show for your favourite? Because Can we do that? Do you think? Is that possible? We're allowed?
Did you hear, Dean?
I wanted to take them home. But if we did a vote, you could take home the ones, Dean, that don't win.
That's it.
Because then this would be demo of the show, and then we'd have a demo of the day for Sunday as well, Debbie. Debbie, when you and I are on.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've been watching.
Well, so is that all right, Dean? Can we do that? We'll do it at the end of the show, so you can vote for your favourite, because I think there's been some brilliant projects so far, haven't there? Fabulous projects, says Sweet Imp. I'm going to make this tomorrow from the sunflower papers, I think, for my daughter, says Thea. Hoi hoi, Thea. Lois says, so very pretty. Thank you, Debbie. Bravo, Debbie, says Craft Gidge. So fabulous. And Colleen says, I'm a craft hoarder / ogre also. Craft hoarder, Ben. Hoarder, not an ogre. Love watching you and Debbie, says Colleen. Thank you. We love being together, and we love it when you guys are watching, and just so many lovely comments coming in for that project. Couple more pads to show you this side in case you want to jump in and grab these. Go quickly though, that we do have them available as far as I know, but as we said, the pads that I've showed you already are selling out. The nose pad, as you guys will know if you've been watching the shows, my favourite pad. I love this. I love the fact that you get loads of little 6x6 scenes in the back which you can use. I think particularly great for your little character collections, but then on top of that you get the most fun papers. They're vibrant, and do you know what, whilst this did come with a gnome collection and there are a few sort of gnomey specific papers in here, you have just got loads of florals. I love that gingham on there as well, but you know, these you can use in all sorts of different projects, not just with the gnomes collection. Beautiful flowers in there as well. You know, those stripes in there I think will lend themselves to being used across a whole host of different projects and cards. More florals and foliage in there too. Spots and dots, again, use them across multiple ranges for all sorts of different cards, but it's a lovely set once again. That is 36 double-sided sheets. And then we've also got your cardstock, your luxury cardstock in the mirror. So if I show you the everyday coloured quickly, because I know we've got lots to squeeze in the last 15 minutes. This is gorgeous, beautiful foiling on mirror card. And if I find it always difficult this side of the studio to kind of give you the best look on this, but you've got beautiful designs, florals there. You've got your chevrons. There we go, we can sort of see, but in different colours as we go through. You've got your kind of swirls on here. You've got beautiful, I mean, this again you could snip into, you could create little borders with. You've got stunning butterflies in there as well, beautifully foiled in the silver onto that gorgeous blue. Again, spots and dots on here. As we go through, you've got hearts, and again little floral designs on there as well. Always a popular card pad, that one. I say paper, it's card, so it's $2.50, and then on top of that 32 sheets. We've also got the luxury mirror card, which is the metallics, and this is the one in the silver and the gold where you've got all those different patterns. Some of these are your designs in mirror card on matte mirror, and you've also got that the other way round as well, your matte mirror on your mirror card. So loads of different designs, different kind of styles. That's one of my faves in there. I love those hand-drawn hearts. I think they look really, really super cute. But look again, butterflies and foliage all in the silver, and then you've got the replication of those designs through the gold as well. It's a fantastic pad, it really is. And no doubt, once you see the price on that today, you'll be coming in and grabbing it. But these are all on the web for you, all there. Do have a look, shop them, get them in your basket whilst you can, because we are super duper busy. Right, we've got about 10 minutes to go. Lois says, I vote for Ben and Debbie always. Thank you. I haven't done anything, but yeah, vote for me if you like. Linda says, yes, let's do a vote. We will. And Colin says, lovely card, Debbie. I'll be making this later using my scraps. It's a great idea, isn't it? And that's what this show is for, all about giving you ideas as to what you can do with all of your crafty goodies today. Of course, all about paper pads. Let us get over to Debbie and we'll squeeze in this last one, won't we? Bag, is it this time?
Yes, going to make a nice gift bag, because I love using paper pads in a different way to what we would normally use them. Now, who remembers this one? Who remembered the retro rainbow?
That was launched with the...
It was one of Leanne's favourites. It was one of Leanne's absolute favourite paper pads. And I said paper pads, it's actually cardstock, this. It's a really lovely weight. Now, you might have this in your stash, and you can see when I talk about the lovely weight, the GSM. So you can do this with papers as well. Now, our paper pads are always 180 GSM, so you could absolutely take one of your current ones that you own or one of your old ones that you own, and you could do this bag, because you don't need anything other than a scoreboard, scoring tool, and a bit of glue. to make a beautiful bag that you can see here. And this is really lovely and easy to do. So I'm going to show you. We're not using a guillotine or anything like that. You're going to take a 12 by 12 sheet of paper and we're going to make a beautiful gift bag with it. So I've used my large scoreboard, so the big scoreboard I'm actually using, and I'll just bring this down so that I can show you the measurements that you're going to need. Now I've made this before and people absolutely loved it, so I thought perfect way to go over it again, to recap on this, because it's such an easy bag to make. So you're going to take that piece of cardstock, you're going to pop it up to the butt end of your board as you would normally with any scoreboard, and we're going to score this at 1 3/4 inches. So go onto your inches side and score this down at 1 3/4 inch. For anybody not knowing where that is in terms of your scoring, between the 1 and the 2 you've got your half,
yep.
And then between the halves you've got your middle line. That's the 3/4 mark or the 1/4 inch mark, whichever way you're doing that. But this is 1 3/4 by, and then 10. So we're going to move over to 10 and we're going to pop the 10 inch down as well. Now we'll put those burnish lines in a second, but all you need to remember on this side, it's 1 3/4 inches and 10 inches.
Yes.
We're then going to turn it onto the side, and then we're going to put some more score lines in, but this time we're going to put 4 score lines in. So we're going to go in at 4 inches first, so come in at 4 inches, all the way down top to bottom. 5 3/4 inches, so go to your 5 3/4 inch mark, like so. Again, 9 3/4, so we're going to come into the 9 3/4, top to bottom. This is all on this same size. And then lastly, 11 1/2 inches. Now, I'm going to put all of those score lines burnish now. So I'm going to get my burnishing tool and I'm going to burnish every one of these. So I'm going to turn it, I'll do it on the pattern side so you've got the little dots. So we're going to pop all of those into place.
Okay.
And it is one of the easiest gift bags ever to make. It really, really is. It's super, super easy to do. And again, all I'm doing is just giving them that nice crisp burnish on all 4 of those, and then the 2 ones at the bottom and the top as well.
Okay.
So again, make sure you've got those all nice into place.
Into place, into space.
Into place, then, into place. Now, I'm going to have, this one here is 1 3/4 inch, this one's 2. The 2 is where it's going to be the top of my bag. So if you look at it now, I'm going to turn it this way. In fact, you know what? I'm going to have it that way. I'm going to have it that way. It doesn't matter when you've got double-sided, to be fair. That's going to be the top end, but we need to put a score, I say score lines, as cut marks in. So you're going to take your scissors and you're going to come up and using your score lines, you're going to use that as your measurement. And we're going to go up to that first score line. So that one at the bottom, which is 1 3/4, you're going to go in. I'm going to make myself little, what I call the little snips. It makes it nice and neat when you're putting your bottom together. I know what I meant by that.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
I know what I meant by that. It didn't sound right, but it is.
Makes it nice and neat when you put your bottom together.
Yeah, put your bottom together. Makes it nice and easy. Tucks everything nice and easy in there.
Yes.
So again, you can see that I've got my little flaps there. That one's got a little snip out. The same with this side, but this time I'm going to go up to that first score line, but then I'm going to come up and just neaten it up here, because this little flap is what's going to be tucked inside the bag, so you're not going to see that. And then for this bit, you can actually stick that down if you want to start with. So I can pop a little bit of glue, and I'll just make it a little bit easier for myself. Just pop that down so that you can see, and I can see, and again, I can pop those score lines back in, to give the nice reinforced bit for the bag. I'm just going to pop those in just because I've double-sided it, and remember that's 300 GSM. If you're doing a paper, it'll be a little bit easier to do.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not going to be too noticeable. But what we're going to do is this little flap here, we're going to pop our glue, top to bottom, all down that. You could use red liner tape, and then you're just going to bring that in and literally take it to that very edge, and it literally is now the basis of, oh, don't you dare, oh, there we go, that's saved. Just literally brings that bag together. So you can see now I've got this lovely bag shape, and then I'm just going to now tuck my flaps in and stick them down, give myself a nice sturdy bottom. And that's what you need in a bag.
Yeah.
So I am going to pop just onto there bits of glue. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll stick that in.
What are you going to put in there?
Oh, now it depends, doesn't it? Now, is Dean after this bag
Dean
as well?
wants the flowers, he wants the card, and now he wants the box. Next thing you know, he'll be asking you to get some out of the vending machine to put in the box. He don't want much, does he, this new guy?
He don't want much, does he, no? This is what he's going to ask all his crafty guests. Can he take away all the bits that we make?
Yeah. His girlfriend is like, wow, you've looked so much since you've been. Look at all the things you're making.
These then. Look at you in your new job. Now, you can see you've got a really good, sturdy little gift bag. This is when you can then pinch the sides in. You can stick it down with your little, is it Velcro docs we call them?
Yeah.
Hook and loop. Or you could pop into there your holes, so you could punch your holes in and wrap some ribbon around there as well. But look how easy it was to form that box from 112 by 12, double-sided. It's super easy, honestly. And down to the decoration, maybe add a few little embellishments, a little sentiment onto there. Add in your handles if you want to. You could add a paper handle in there if you wanted to. It's entirely true, but you can make these beautiful gift boxes with your 12 by 12 papers or cardstock in a jiff. Absolutely super, super easy to do.
Do you, by the way, thank you for cramming in all those demos in that 55 minutes, which is incredible. Do you want to quickly line up your makes so we can see which one's going to be on the shelf and which one's Dean's going to be taking home? It'll be a quick vote, this though, a quick vote. Recap, I said, Debbie.
Look, shall I do the recap? Now, I'll bring in the flower that I made, because I did the 7-petaled one. You can do this from a minimum of 5 petals up to 7 or 8, depends on the size of the flower that you want, and the closer the petals, because you can see the more you add in, the more of the inner part you get as well. So this is number 1, using that beautiful origami kind of style paper with the 6 by 6s. So that's number 1. Paper flower. Number 2, we made the envelope. Number 3 is the card, matching card that the envelope then fits into. So I don't know if we're going to do that as a double or a separate, but there you go. Shall we call that 1?
Yeah.
Shall we call that 2, because it was a 2-parter?
Yeah.
Make it nice and easy. And then number 3, our little gift bag. So 1, let's get this the right way around. 1, 2, or 3, you decide.
All right. Vote now. Off you go. You've got about 2 minutes to get your vote in. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. Loved your demos, Debbie, says Brenda. Cannot wait to make some of the cards of my scraps. And thank you to Sweet Imp and Gilmore, who says, yes, we all need sturdy bottoms. We do. Sturdy bottoms is the way forward, isn't it? You need a good sturdy bottom. So yeah, vote now. You've got about a minute to get your vote in. Whilst you're doing that, if you have enjoyed these Craft Your Stash shows, do not forget that they don't finish today. We are going to continue on with these over the course of the next few days, and not just tomorrow, but across the weekend as well. Back tomorrow, Craft Your Stash. Oh, hang on a minute. Back tomorrow, Friday. There we go. Friday, this time tomorrow, which will be a 2-hour show, we've got flower forming. And I tell you what, you couldn't really ask for anyone much better than Corinne, could you, really, to come in and jump and do this show. She loves doing her flower forming. She is brilliant at it, and she'll be here tomorrow helping you craft your stash. So you get out all of your flower forming foam, craft along with us if you like, but also ask those questions too. Maybe you bought some flower forming foam previously, and then you get it home and you go, oh, I don't really know what to do now. Ask the questions tomorrow and Corinne will be here to help you. So that is on Friday. Saturday, foil press techniques. Now, I tell you what, again, if you wanted a kind of a master of the foil press, you've got it. Will he wear his shirt though? That's the question. He is going to be here, Craig, on Saturday at 2, once again, taking you through loads of techniques as far as the foil press is concerned. And then back on Sunday, oh, there she is, my absolute fave. It's We Too, actually, for that one. And that one will, again, just be a 1-hour show on Sunday at 2 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern, because after the stamping techniques that we'll do with Debbie and I have then got a 3-hour wrap-up show of the whole week. So it is going to be a busy old week and lots of fun. Mary says, I love you guys, Debbie and Ben. Oh, we love you too. Thank you. Cindy Condy says, thanks, everyone. But what has won the demo of the show?
I mean, I've just given you just a couple of little ideas on what you can be doing with your stash of paper pads. And you can do all of these in different sizes as well. Oh, sorry, Ben.
Hurry up, my knuckles are hurting over here.
I'm going to show her because he's rattling away with his knuckles over there. Go on then, what one?
2.
Number too.
Yes.
The duet.
Yes.
The duet of the envelope with the matching card using the scraps. That'll please producer Dean, because he's after me flower.
You're going to let him take it? He's going to take it.
But yeah, there you go. And you can have the gift back as well, Dean.
There
you can have the gift box as well. He said his daughter would like that one. So there you go. I hope I've just given you a little insight to what you can do with them. I love these style shows. I think it's been absolutely amazing. So I shall see you all again on Sunday.
Look forward to it, missus. I will see you all in 2 hours' time for our fantastic show with Sarah, a 3-hour extravaganza. We'll see you at midday Eastern. Until then, bye for now.